I want to talk to you guys about character and the importance of character. In the simplest way, character is our moral values and principles. It's the standards that we accumulate or we create in our personal life. And character is very essential and very important. Now, if you notice all around me, behind me, you see what's a concrete slab. In this particular case, it's for a residential home. And when you look at any principle of any project or building that's going to be built, it always starts off with a concrete slab. And the bigger the building or the facility or the high-riser, the deeper and stronger and thicker the concrete slab and foundation needs to be. In this particular case, when it comes to a residential home, the concrete slab is not that big, it's not that thick. But when it comes to obviously high-risers, it could be a 50 or 70 story high-riser, and the actual foundation for that high-riser will be like 20 or 30 stories deep. I didn't say 20 or 30 feet deep, but actually 20 or 30 stories deep. So how can I use this particular analogy when it comes to concrete foundation as it applies to character? And it's very important, I'm actually reminded of the late Billy Graham. He said this, that when it comes to legacy, he goes, one of the greatest things that anyone can leave to their children and to their grandchildren is not necessarily accumulation of a lot of money or wealth that they have accumulated, but actually the legacy of character and faith. Very powerful statement, and obviously his life showed it and portrayed it. So again, how can we apply this whole concrete foundation concept or principle as it applies to character? Well, if this particular concrete slab that I'm standing on, it's got a bunch of cracks, or if it's maybe an inch thick, you won't be able to build a home on it, at least not legally. Now, if you try to say, hey, you know what, I'm still going to build on it, okay, no problem. Build a massive home, a beautiful home that's designed, top-notch, contemporary. It's got the most expensive things inside of that home. But because there's so many cracks in this foundation, or because this foundation is only 1 inch or 2 inch thick, it's just a matter of time until this beautiful home, it doesn't matter how much time it took for the builder to build it or how expensive it was, it's just a matter of time until it comes crashing down. This is the same concept and principle when it comes to character, that too many individuals have built great careers, even in ministry, in personal life, accumulated wealth, popularity, fame, and etc. But because of their flawed character, because of the cracks that they had in their personal character, whatever they have achieved is just a matter of time until it comes crumbling down. And as much as we may think, well, Stan, that only applies, to the world, it's only people in the world, maybe so. But how often do we hear continually certain men and women of God just, coming crashing down because of a certain sin, or ministries crashing down? And I'm not speaking that to demean any of them. We need to pray for those individuals and cover them and their families by the blood of Jesus and by God's grace. But the point is this: just as much as the foundation plays a very key role in any structure, whether it's residential home, commercial, or a high-riser, same thing as character, my friend. Character plays a very key role in our personal life. Because at the end of the day, whatever you're building on, if you're building your life, your marriage, your business, whatever it may be, and a flawed character, like in a cracked foundation, it's just a matter of time until whatever you're building will come crashing down. And how great will be actually, that tumbling and etc. So my challenge to you, my friend, especially us being as God's children, we need to take the whole, I guess you could say, concept or principle of character and the importance of character that is so vital to our spiritual growth, to our spiritual development, that no normal builder would build any type of a project if they do not know that this foundation was actually properly laid. It's got the thickness that it needs, the rebar that's also holding it down, the concrete footings, and whatever requirements is for that particular project. In like manner, for us as God's children, it is important and crucial for us to know that we're building our character, as we understand that Jesus is also a rock, but we need to have our character that's also strong, that's also that's reliable, that whatever we do for God's kingdom, whatever we do in our personal life, whatever we do in our families, in our marriage, in business, at work, in our everyday life, that our character is going to be strong, that our character is going to be credible, And actually character is something that not only we can also build off of, but people around us can also relate to us, so people around us can trust us, so people around us can depend upon us. And can you imagine that, somebody coming to buy this particular house, and the builder's like, well, the house is awesome, beautiful, but the foundation's got a bunch of cracks in it, but don't worry about it, folks, it'll be fine. And it's only $500,000. Any client will be like, what, I don't care how beautiful this house is or how good the price is, the fact that the foundations is already cracked, no way, we're not going to invest our money into this, or even our livelihood, or even entrust our personal life into it. So like me, and our character plays a key role, not only for us personally, but also it affects those people around us, particularly family members. So hopefully, my friend, this was a blessing to you, and you learned a valuable lesson how, as much as the concrete foundation plays a key role in any structure, and how our character is very key in our personal life. All right, until next time.